Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is Three Bug Theater, and today is the day we've all been waiting for, especially if you happen to be a DCEU fan that is cautious about what's going to happen with Aquaman. Turns out that the embargo was finally lifted, and people can finally talk about the movie, and we're seeing this here, basically a collection of reactions as the embargo lifts, saying the first reactions to Warner Brothers Pictures and DC Films' upcoming Aquaman film have hit the web. Now that some critics and bloggers have had a chance to see the movie, we now have a sense of how many are feeling about James Wan's entry into the DC extended universe. And listen, here's the thing, guys. This movie is high on my radar. It is. I love Momoa in Justice League. I thought he was one of the better parts. Everything I've seen on Aquaman looks awesome. I've learned over the span of the last 15 years or not more than that, probably to longer than 15 years, to never bet against James Wan. Right? Never bet against James Wan. This dude knows how to bring it. He's one of the most prolific filmmakers of our time. And given this property, he apparently breathed some serious ass life into it. So let's see what people are saying here. First up is Umberto Gonzalez from The Wrap. He actually has a video reaction to this that you guys might.
What's good, guys? Umberto, the Rap's resident fanboy here with a quick 1 minute reaction to Aquaman. Let's get it out the way. The movie is outright awesome. It is hands down the best DCEU movie. Yes, even better than Wonder Woman. One of the best superhero movies of all time. And in my humble opinion, it's tied for the best superhero movie of the year, along with Black Panther. It's basically a big fantasy, a sprawling big fantasy epic that happens to have superheroes in it. So think Lord of the Rings meets Indiana Jones with some fishman action going on. Jason Momoa delivers. Black Manta delivers. Nicole Kidman rocks. She should be doing more action movies like this one. She's awesome in all her scenes. Volko, Willem Dafoe, solid as always. Everyone's good. The set pieces are awesome. And James Wan's direction and his shot selection is on point. Go see Aquaman. I will again at least 3-4 times. That's my quick reaction video. Let me know what you think. Boom.
See, that's the thing with Umberto Gonzalez that I like is he has the enthusiasm to back up his thoughts on this. And here's the thing I want to say about this is when Batman v Superman extended edition hit the web a couple years ago, came out, he talked about it on Collider, and he had said that and him and I shared similar thoughts on this one, to where Batman v Superman, if the extended cut would have been in theaters, Warner's would have made another $200 million. They would have crossed over that $1 billion mark if the extended cut had gone to cinemas. I agree with that. So his thoughts on this one got me pretty hyped. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty excited about that just based upon that little minute reaction alone. Going on here, Nick Kasdan says, I can finally share some brief thoughts on Aquaman. Can't mention the plot or technical stuff, so I'll just say that Jason Momoa is charismatic as hell in the lead, and the film gives a ton gives off a fun fantasy vibe. Doubt anyone will mock Aquaman for talking to fish after this comes out. Jermaine Lussier from I forget where, but he says Aquaman is big, fun, wild ride. It's unabashedly melodramatic and over the top at the largest, most ambitious sense of scale imaginable. Parts of it are kind of bad, but they're not the majority and oddly still fit in the cartoony tone. Second best DCEU movie. Obviously, he's probably referring to Wonder Woman as the first one here. Paul Shuri says here, I'll take some heat for this, but Aquaman is the best Marvel movie that DC has made. That doesn't mean it's exactly like the formula, but what it feels like is a film that knows what it is, what it's selling, and who it's selling to. There's no identity crisis here. Now, that one to me I like because it does feel like they are going for the brighter color palette, the more comedy, the more action, definitely trying to mimic Marvel. Obviously, Wonder Woman was definitely still a Zack Snyder property in regards to him producing, so going for the same kind of grimdark color palette, I liked it, but at the same time, Aquaman doing what Aquaman did, seeing the previews, the colors, everything, it's like, man, yeah, that's what James Gunn did to Marvel in regards to Guardians of the Galaxy. So I have a feeling it's going to be very similar in that regard. Going on here, Brandon Davis says here, there are moments where I felt Aquaman might be running a little long, but it's so much to unpack in building its own isolated world. Huge, epic, unique, and stylish action sequences balance the heavy exposition. Movie isn't out yet, but I want more from Juan Momoa and company. Jenna Bush here says Aquaman is an absolute blast, from its charm of Momoa's Arthur Curry to the spectacular visuals to the fun that was clear everyone was having. It was exactly what I was hoping for, and I can't wait to see it again. I'll give you more details when I'm allowed. Sean Gerber says here, Aquaman is epic fantasy adventure on the high seas. It's packed with a thrilling action in a dazzling underwater world like nothing I've ever seen before in superhero films or anywhere else. I had a total blast watching this movie, and so will you. See it on the biggest screen you can. Tom Jorgensen says here, Aquaman is the best DC movie since The Dark Knight. James Wan, at Creepy Puppet, delivers a swashbuckling epic full of big emotions, gorgeous undersea visuals, exciting action, and lots of laughs. WB should be handing the DCEU reins to James Wan. He's proven he can, right the ship. Peter Scaretta from Slash Film says, Aquaman is better than expected. Feels like a Marvel Phase 1 movie in a good way. It's all the best when it's having fun and not taking itself too seriously. Black Manta is a great villain that comic book fans will love. Some truly spectacular shots and good action. Third act battle that doesn't devolve into the typical comic book movie blah trap and is surprisingly ambitious. A lot of the aspects I didn't like and probably trace the decisions Snyder made that were inherited by Wan, i.e. casting, chemistry between Heard, Momoa, etc. That tells me that it's like Amber Heard always felt like a bit of an odd man out in regards to Aquaman. Her as Mera is like, really? Amber Heard? Really? She's never really been known for charismatic personality. To me, she's always kind of been like a hotter Kristen Stewart. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I've always kind of viewed her career. Not good in dramatic roles, but in this kind of stuff, I don't know. There's a reason why she was zombie number 2 in Zombieland from 10 years ago. Going on to say here, Eric Davis says, Aquaman is the most ambitious DC movie to date. A big, sprawling visual spectacle that is gorgeous, crazy stuff with terrific action and a lot of fun to watch. James Wan, in my opinion, is a true star. He elevates the material, makes it entertaining, and conquers it. Ashley Menzel here says, Aquaman is over the top fun. A perfect balance of cheesy humor and action. James Wan shows his skills as a director and puts his mark on DC in a big way. Momoa is perfectly charming and brings Aquaman out of the shadows to stand alongside the greats like Wonder Woman. Okay, so those are the reactions that we just get here from this Heroic Hollywood article. We can see that there's an overwhelmingly positive vibe in the film, and it basically boils down to James Wan knocked it out of the park. And to anyone out there who's kind of like, really, James Wan, really, do you want to go down the pipeline? Go back and watch Fast and Furious 7. Go and watch Fast and Furious 7. Dude, he took that movie to heights that they had never done before. He took a 7th iteration into kind of a dumb, cheesy action franchise, and he layered it on there a bit. He did what Justin Lin kind of did and just rebirthed it in his own vision to the point of where it made $1 billion. The movie was solid. It was good. It was a good farewell to Paul Walker. You know what I mean? Like, he handled it well, and coming off of that to do this is also good. But what I love about James Wan is he also knows how to stay true to his origins, which is like the smaller Saw films. What was it? Oh God, there was the Conjuring movies. He's done a whole bunch of smaller films, right? Basically, that's what I'm trying to say here. And as a result of that, it's done, I think, very, very, very well. So anyway, look, I just wanted to read you guys the reactions. Hype is high. Obviously, reviews are going to be pretty good, I think, as well. Again, it kind of feels like the Snyder influence is still being felt. And according to Peter Scaretta, that's kind of like the worst parts of it, which this is the last movie to have any kind of Snyder involvement. So really, after this, he's out, that's a good or a bad thing, depending on how you look at it. But I'm curious to know your thoughts. Is Aquaman on your radar? Is it not on your radar? Do you want to see it or do you don't care? These are things I want you to write down in the comments, or you can always call into our voicemail line at 818-350-3281. That's 818-350-3281. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. This has been $3 Theater. Please thumbs up the video if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new, and check back daily for content from me. I'll talk to you all later. Have yourself a great day. And remember, you'll believe that men can talk to fish in just about 2 weeks and some change.